So now we are entering into a lesson 21, chapter 7 on having clause, right? So having clause, you will have success using having clause as long as you have a proper group by statement written before using the having clause, right? So that means if you are very like good command and group by, then having is nothing, right? Let's say in very first class we have looked at where condition, right? Let's say I want to look at an employee whose salary was 62,000. I say select star for employee, star from employee where salary equal to 62,000, right? Because I want to select that particular, it might be one employee, two employees, or 100 employees, but I want employees whose salary was 62,000, right? So that was very simple command. That is what the having clause does. But where it is applied, that's a different thing, okay? So here, the having clause is used to filter result sets. Basic thing, it's just like a where clause, but there is a difference between where and having. It is similar to where clause, but where filters records before aggregation. Having filters records after aggregation, that's the difference. So as a freshers, a lot of people, what they do, they try to apply it on the raw table even before writing group by and all. That's wrong. Having applies only after you get the result set of the group by. After group by, having happens, not before. Where is before group by and having is after group by. This is where people or freshers get stuck to write the SQL commands when a SQL has like a where condition and group by and having. What they do, they write having before where, or they write having before group by, or they write where after having, they keep on jumbling. But remember, like first you select the data and then you group by and then you filter on the results of the group by having, okay? So that's what the difference is. Okay, having is used for filtering the result set of aggregate functions such as count, sum, and average. You cannot use having clause to filter your table to say where salary equal to 2,000. You cannot do that, okay? Yeah, so here, let's say that, I have the same table. In the first example, we have looked at in the, group by lesson, we have looked at, coming up with the total salary for a given department. So this is what, right? And this is the first 3 lines, the output for the first 3 lines. So now I have having clause, having some salary greater than this. So this where condition, this filter will be applied here. It is not applied on this raw data, okay? It's very simple. That's why having should come after group by. You cannot have it before group by or after where, after from clause, nothing. No, it should be very next to the having group by clause. First you have group by line, then you have a having line, okay? So this having means this filter is applied on this group by result, not here. So that's all. You are done with having lesson here, okay? So finally, when you say this, so once you apply this filter on this, you get only 2 rows, right? 250k, like 300k, and then 1.75 million, okay? Yeah. And then here, we have query, we already written query to find the order counts, but here I am having extension saying that having counts are greater than 1. So if you convert this into English language, right, you would say, can you list out customers who has more than 1 order? That's what this is, so you should try to build the skill set of converting that English grammar, whatever it is, communication into the database columns, tables, and aggregates, group bys, having clause. Okay, then it's very easy. Okay, so we know like these first 3 lines gives the count star, the order count per client, because I'm grouping by client ID here. Okay, and then this is my output, and then furthermore the user is asking, please list out the customers where he has more than 1 order. He is not interested in these customers who have less than 1 order or less than 1 order. So you say having, now here, like here, you don't have some salary here. You are saying count star. Count star refers to the row counts, always remember, okay? So count star greater than 1. So that means, these are the customers who has more than 1 order, okay? See, you might not be understanding this at this point. Whenever you try to write group by clause, having clause questions for your assignment 7, as I told, there are about 150 questions for assignment 7. So at that point, open this, you can review this recording and then open up your question, compare that question with this, and then you'll be easily able to write, your assignment. It's not a big deal, okay? All you need to understand, see, the moment you see this, you have to understand what does group by denotes, what is having, what is order, what is, you should know that. If you don't know this, then even if I give 100 examples, you won't be able to complete your assignment, okay? Yeah, so having is filter on this, not a filter on here, okay? Yeah. So this is a little bit complicated. The same query, we have written our query until here, right? So I have client orders of a client for a given year and month. Simple, one statement, I am converting this into so many columns. Please also along with the order count, show me the total revenue of a given client. See, I'm not interested of the total revenue of a given client, but I want to know his revenue per month on a monthly basis. How much is he spending on a given month in a given year? So that's what this actual question is. If I say, can you give me the revenue of a client, then this query is wrong. You can just say, group by a client ID, sum the revenue, sum the order amount. But I'm saying I want his orders, total monthly order amount. Then, you end up writing something like this. And then I'm saying this, please pick up customers who have orders greater than one, I mean who has multiple orders, as well as, and this is something different, right? Like having clause, I'm using two conditions with the AND operator, okay? I'm saying customer should have more than one order, as well as his sum of order amount for a given month should be greater than $100, right? So both. So once you have this raw table left side, and in the middle you have the group by results, and then you apply having clause on this, so you end up with this rightmost table as a final output, okay? Yeah. And then here whenever you're you try to learn any topic, you get into details of theory, the syntax, the samples and all. For having, most important thing is you need to know how not to make mistakes and how people make mistakes. You have to concentrate this, okay? Here I'm saying the common mistake one is using having instead of where, right? Someone is trying to select employees where the salaries are greater than 50,000. You cannot say having clause because there is nothing group by here. It's like a plain, common table. So having should be after group by. So that's why you can say that, I want to consider the employees with greater than 50,000, then group by department, something like that, okay? See, you should be very careful when knowing the filters, whether to apply on having or on the raw table, whether to have the filter in where clause or whether to have the filter on the having clause. This you have to analyze the business requirement grammatically, then only you will know what filter way to apply the filter, okay? Now here, forgetting to use aggregate function. Let's say, you are trying to group by department, having departments, but there is no aggregate function here. That means this is not valid. Always group by should have some aggregate function in the select clause, okay? And then this is my favorite, That's what I say, from having group by. No, you should have from, then group by, then having, okay? Right. Yeah. Because having happens only after you get result set from the group by. So that should be before having. And then what is this? And then this is another thing I already explained, right? So here you are trying department average salary, and then you are saying group by job. I think this should go through. It should be a different. Hold on. Yeah. So here this one should be this query, but removing job title from group by. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is, in the group by line, you should have all the columns that are not aggregated. So here it should be just department, and then here we should have the job title here. I'm going to correct my slides, okay? Yeah. And then that's the end of group by and having.